Welcome back to the Niceville Valparaiso Chamber Business Forum. For this segment, we are happy to have Kim Henderson, the Executive Director of the Fisher House of the Emerald Coast. Thanks for being here, Kim. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yay, we're excited.
Me too.
What exactly is the Fisher House? Tell us about it.
Okay, the Fisher House is very similar to a Ronald McDonald House. A Ronald McDonald House provides a home for families. When a child is in the hospital, we provide a home for military families. So if you have served in the military, anyone in your family at any time in your life, the Fisher House is there for the rest of your family in any time of crisis.
Okay, so military can use the Fisher House.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Are there other Fisher Houses around the country or in Florida? How does that work?
There are. There's 64 Fisher Houses throughout the United States, including 2 in Germany and 1 in England.
Wow, okay. How long have they been doing Fisher Houses?
The Fisher Houses started in the late 90s when Mr. Fisher really wanted to give back to the military. He was never able to join due to a construction accident, so he did whatever he could to support them. And when he realized that military families have to travel great distances sometimes for specialized medical care, he saw either the families left behind or the families incurring a great expense to be close to their loved ones while they were going through whatever treatment it was. So being in the construction business, he decided he'd build a house that these families could stay at. And there's never a charge for the families to stay there. So we feel that it's greater for the families that they can all be together and not have to worry about each other when somebody is sick.
Right. And so when you say there's never a charge, how do the Fisher Houses sustain themselves?
The Fisher Houses all of the 64 houses are run individually, so they're run by the community that they support. So ours is operated by Eglin Air Force Base, and Eglin employs the staff at the Fisher House, which is a house manager, an assistant, and a housekeeper. And those salaries are paid through NAF funds, so it's not paid through any government dollars or taxes at all. And then the additional funds needed to support the families for whatever they might need. If we need to replace beds or if we need to get them a wheelchair because they don't have one, that's where the funds that we raise come into effect. They help the families that are staying there.
Okay. So as far as government funding, you said NAFT is...
Yeah, it's non-appropriated funds, so it's money that the base raises to pay these employees. A lot of that money is raised through the Fisher House Foundation, and it goes into a fund to pay these house managers. So it doesn't come from government dollars or anything at all.
Okay. So we need to raise funds for the Fisher House.
We do.
So tell us about upcoming events that you have going on that will help raise funds.
We do. All the money that we raise goes to help support the house and help support the families that are staying with us. So anything from filling the kitchen with food so the families can make things for themselves to, we had a family with us for about 9 months, and when school started, their children would have to have changed schools for the 4th time in 1 year. So we were able to use our funds to provide transportation for them to go to their original school that they wouldn't have to switch again. So some of the ways we do that, really all of the ways we do that, I am the only employee that works for this board that raises money for the house. So we rely on the community to really help us with that. A lot of groups in the community just do fundraisers on their own and provide us with the money. A lot of groups will collect non-perishable goods for our kitchen, or they'll come out and volunteer. So the majority of our funds come from outside organizations. We do have one big event that we do each year, and it's our Fairways for Fisher House, sponsored by Endine. They are our major sponsor this year. And that is by far our largest fundraiser each year, so it raises the most amount of money that we need to operate the house.
Okay, so tell us when that is and tell us a little about that.
Okay, Fairways for Fisher House, sponsored by Endine, is a golf tournament, a gala, and a silent auction. The golf tournament is on September 18th at Kelly Plantation, and when you enter a team into the golf tournament, you also get tickets to attend our gala the following day on September 19th. Our gala is held at the Bayview Club at Eglin, and it includes a sit-down dinner, entertainment by the Mulligans, and Diamond Dan DJ service, as well as a fabulous silent auction, which I know you are familiar with because you buy a lot at our auction.
It's a good way to find really cool stuff.
It is. And I want to throw out there before we forget, your sponsor today was White Wilson, and one of the things that some people don't understand is we don't just serve people that are using the Eglin Hospital. We serve any medical facility in the area. So if you have a family member coming in, being treated by White Wilson, the rest of the family can stay at the Fisher House free of charge.
Okay, good to know.
So we have gotten people that called from California and said, hey, my dad had a heart attack, he's at White Wilson, can I stay at the Fisher House? He's retired. And we said, absolutely, just keep in mind it's not walking distance, you have to drive there. And she said, well, I'm coming from California. So all she had to do was rent a car. We provided a place for her to stay. So anytime somebody in the military community is being treated at any local facility, whether it's inpatient or outpatient, their family can stay with us at the Fisher House.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for being here today and telling us more about the Fisher House. And I'm sure we'll have more information out about the golf tournament and the gala, and we look forward to all of that.
Well, thank you so much for having me and for helping us spread the word.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Let me just close out with a couple of announcements. Remember, our second Wednesday September breakfast will be held September the 10th. Again, it's sponsored by White Wilson Medical Center. It's at 7:30 at the Niceville Community Center. And it's $5 cash or $6 debit card at the door. Or you can stop by the chamber and purchase a breakfast punch card, and it will get you through the rest of the year. Remember, it's always a great time to join the chamber. Give your business a jump start by becoming a member today. It's a small investment with big returns, so keep it local. Thank you so much.